Hello guys, welcome back to another Pro Skylander video. I hit 100 subscribers and I would like to thank you guys so much for that 100 subscribers. And this video is just like a celebration for my 100 subscribers. So we're ranking my favorite element, the undead. So yeah, I've looked at the comments on the last video and I will not be going off of looks so much this time. And I have looked at everybody's attacks, even the ones I don't own, so I can judge more fairly. So, yeah, let's get right into this video. Number 19, Bone Bash Rollerball. The reason she's this low is I don't know why she even exists. Like, I don't think she needed a series 2. Like, it just doesn't make much sense. It obviously should have been Chop Chop. I mean, like, he's a beloved hood classic. Why would you pick Rollerball? I mean, don't get me wrong, she's good, but that should have been Chop Chop. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it. Why did she need a series 2? So that's why she's this low. Like, she shouldn't even exist. It should have been Chop Chop. It was stolen from him. That's why she's number 19. Because that should have been like Super Sword Chop Chop. Like, I don't know. But it should have been Chop Chop. Number 18, Bat Spin. The reason she's this low is I just find her boring. Her moves are boring. Her looks are boring. I mean, it's kind of cool that she turns into a bat, but the bats are stupid. They can barely lock on to enemies. Like, it is fun when they do lock onto a big enemy and just like bite it and kill it in like a few seconds, but that rarely happens because the bats will just stay in the open. Like, even if you upgrade them to be more aggressive, they'll just still stand there. Like, I just find her boring. So that's why she's number 18. And she's boring. Number 17, Hex. I mean, she's kind of the same as Bat Spin, except she does look a little bit better. And she does have this one move I like a lot where she can make a wall out of bones. But otherwise, instead of spamming bats, you're spamming bones or skulls. And I just don't think she has I don't think she has much going for her. But I mean, she's okay. She's not bad. I just, again, find her boring. Number 16, Cinder. She has a good design, which I like, but her moves, again, as the past two, are spammy. And honestly, I just get a little tired of that. Honestly, she just spams her lightning bolt, and that's it. And that's why she's so low. She's just boring. Like, none of these are bad. They're just spammy, which I find boring. But yeah, that's it. That's why she's number 16. Because all she just does, really, is spam her lightning. Like, her other move where she, like, dives to the Shadow Realm or something, it's really not that good. I mean, it's okay, but I personally find it hard to control. And it's just not that good. So that's why she's number 16. Number 15, Fiesta. I mean, I like his design. It's cool. I mean, like, what's the hate about a dancing skeleton or a musician that's a skeleton? But again, I find his moves boring. They're a little fun. I like how he can summon his ghost amigos and do damage. But I still find it a little bit boring. But it's not bad. I think I think there's a lot better in the undead element. I really think the undead element has a really good roster. So none of these Skylanders on here are bad. It's just they have better ones. And so that is why Fiesta is number 15. Number 14, Chopscotch. I mean, she has an okay design and she's fun looking. I just don't know about her. So that's why she's number 14. I think she could be higher if A, I had Skylanders Imaginators, and B, if I had her. So who knows? Maybe I'll just completely redo this video once, or not now, but once I have all the undead Skylanders. I'm close, but I'm not quite there. But she seems fine, you know? Overall, good Skylander. Number 13, Night Shift. I have a love-hate relationship with this guy. I think he has some really good stuff going for him. Like, for instance, he has this one move where he can bite his enemies and regain a small bit of health, which I think is really cool. And also, he can come back from the dead like a vampire. One time, I think two times. But I just don't really like how he looks and his main attack. Like, he just punches, and I just find that a little bit boring. But he is still a good Skylander, and I think he deserves number 13. Number 12, Wolfgang. I think he has a pretty cool design, but also I'm kind of familiar with it because he's in Trap Team. But the reason he's number 12 is because of his class in Imaginators. For some reason, they made him an archer, and I just personally, that doesn't really fit him. He could have been pretty much anything else that deals with swords, and he would have been awesome. But yeah, he's at number 12 because for some reason they made him an archer, which that confuses me so much. Number 11, Shortcut. I personally don't own him yet, but he seems fun to play. I've watched it, I've checked it out, and he does seem moderately fun to play. I still find his gameplay a little bit boring. Maybe it'll be a little bit more fun when I own him. We'll see. But also, his looks bring him down just a little too. He doesn't look bad, he just looks average. So that's why he's kind of an average undead Skylander. Number 10, Fright Rider. I think he is a pretty good representation of Medocracy for the undead element. Like, he's right in the middle. He has a good design, and he has good moves. Like, he has fun moves, like, he can, bury his ostrich's head, and he can, pop out and bite. And his sword attacks are fun, but there are drawbacks. Like, he is a little hard to handle, and, when you dash with him, it's a little hard to control where you want him to go. So sometimes he'll just, charge right in and die, which I find super annoying. And he looks pretty good. I mean, what's to hate about an elf on an undead ostrich? But overall, he's perfectly in the middle. Number 9, Ghost Roaster. I think he looks awesome. I think whenever you think of an undead element, you think of Ghost Roaster. Because he's creepy, and I love that. I think there should be more creepy Skylanders. And honestly, he's the only one that kind of pops in my mind of a creepy Skylander, which I think is amazing. But his moves, they're not that good. Except there is this one move where he can dash at enemies, he'll turn into this big skull, just dash, which is cool. He can stand there for a little while. But otherwise, he ain't that great. He can't hit people with his chain ball, but that's not that great. But he is a good Skylander in my opinion, and I think he well deserves the position number 9. Number 8, Grim Creeper. First of all, I really like his design. I think he is what an undead Skylander should look like. He's really cool. But the thing I don't really like too much is his moves. Now don't get me wrong, they're still good, I just find them a bit boring. None of them really stand out to me too much. None of them are bad, but none of them are unique. Even though he is still a really good Skylander. Number 7, Funny Bone. You may be surprised why he's so high. Well, I got him just yesterday, and I've had a really fun time with him. He has pretty good moves I found out to enjoy. He has this boomerang attack where he can just throw out this bone boomerang and it'll bounce around a few enemies. It's fun, and he can also spin around and damage enemies that way. He's fast, which I find amazing. And I love his design. He's pretty much the undead's version of Hot Dog. I think he's a cute. I like that. He is a cute Skylander. A cute undead Skylander. And he does a really good job of it. So, an amazing Skylander. Number 6, Pit Boss. I think he's a really cool Skylander. And the reason why is because A, I love his looks. What's the hate? I mean, he's a magician that's a snake. Or dragon. I don't know. But he looks like a snake. So I'm gonna say he's a snake. And also, he has pretty unique moves. For one, he can turn into like this giant snake, I think, and he can just like go super fast and like attack enemies, all being a huge snake. Well, if he runs into them, I think that's really cool and really unique. And his other moves, they're fine, they're good. I watched like a how-to play video of him, and I found his like all his moves were good. I think he's a really good Skylander. Number 5, Rattlesnake. The reason I love the Skylander so much is I've always found him cool. I mean, he's a snake that's a cowboy that fires snakes. And that's cool. Like, he has good moves. Like, I like how his like shots can damage enemies. I like his voice lines. Overall, I just think he's super cool. I mean, there's really nothing too much to hate about him. I mean, his moves are kind of spammy, but they're spammy in a fun way. Like, it's not like where you get bored of them. It's just, I kind of wish there was a little bit more uniqueness. But otherwise, he's still super fun to play as. So, awesome Skylander. Number 4, Roller Brawl. I think she's a very fun Skylander to play as because of how fast she is. And she also does quick damage, that's fun to do, and it kills the enemies quick, which is fun, and she's fast, which is amazing. And she looks pretty good too. I mean, she looks like an undead vampire skater girl, so that's pretty cool. And I think she deserves number 3. And I say she's pretty iconic. I think she's one of the most popular core Skylanders in Swap Force, and I would definitely recommend getting her. I don't think she's too hard to find. I'd say she's pretty common. So yeah, awesome Skylander. Number 3, Eyebrow. I'm pretty sure whenever you think of an undead Skylander, he's probably one of the first ones that pop into your mind. And he has every right to be. I mean, what's the hate? He looks super awesome, and he has really fun moves you can do with him. Like, for instance, you can deconnect his eyeball, or I think he can have several eyeballs at one time, and you can shoot them like little helicopters and go like, keep you. Awesome. And honestly, I think that's awesome. And like, he deserves every right to be iconic, and he is a must-have Skylander. 10 out of 10. Number 2, Crypt King. The reason I love him so much is because of his looks. I always love Skylanders that have Archean influence, and he does, because he's literally an Archean, which is super cool. I love Skylanders that follow that trope, and he just looks awesome. And his moves are super fun too. He can like control his sword, and he like kind of borrows the attack from Wasp. And if you don't know who Wasp is, he's an air giant. Pretty fun to play as. He's awesome. I like him. And like, yeah, he summons bees and they attack, and that's pretty cool. So he's an amazing Skylander. He's basically a bigger version of Chop Chop, which is partially why I love him so much. And also, an interesting fact, he's in the game files of Giants, so maybe he was supposed to replace Eyebrawler, which would have been cool, but I'm glad Eyebrow stayed. So yeah, he's an amazing Skylander. He is a must-have. Number 1, Chop Chop. And honestly, what did you expect from me, guys? Like, he's literally my icon profile for my YouTube channel, and I've stated multiple times that he's my favorite Skylander of all times. And he's just like the best Skylander out of all the games, because he looks awesome. Like, he's the best well-designed Skylander, and he's super unique. Like, his sword moves are fun, and his shield bash, that's fun. And like, his attacks are amazing. Like, I love Chop Chop, and honestly, if you didn't know that, I'm surprised you didn't, because he's just the best. And you should have Chop Chop. He is a must-have. I'd say he's probably one of the most 5 iconic Skylanders ever. I love him, and that's why he's number 1. Chop Chop will forever be the GOAT. You like, there will be no Chop Chop disrespect in the comments. I will not allow that, because Chop Chop is the GOAT, and he's the best. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate y'all. And like, if you guys like the video, subscribe if you want to. Well, I've looked at a few of the comments from my last video, and I really like Bob's idea of making a 2014 style intro video. And Bob, I am working on that. So thank you for the great idea. And other comments about redoing my ranking, or not redoing it, but just doing a better job. And I'm going to do that for my next ranking video. But this one, I was already halfway done. So I was like, I might as well finish it. So maybe the next one will be Fire or Earth. But I think I'll have a better ranking system. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys soon. And sorry it took me so long to post. Like 10 days. I'm sorry it took me so long. I just got busy with school. But I'm good now. So I should probably post maybe 2 more times this week. But yeah, see you guys later. Pro Skylander out.